that means that for the entire month of October, we're going to switch things up.
Yep.
Because, Dee, what's your favorite holiday?
Honestly, my birthday, then probably Christmas, New Year's, and then Halloween.
My fourth favorite holiday is also Halloween.
Oh my God!
Yeah. So we're going to make a big deal about it.
For every single episode this month will be Halloween themed.
Yeah. Do you like my orange pumpkin-esque sweater?
So scary.
It's pretty spooky.
Ooh.
Don't look too long, or you'll see the ghost of your great-grandfather.
Wow, Alex got possessed for a second. Alex, what else happened to you this week besides getting possessed?
Do you mean what got me off the couch this week?
Exactly.
I had a thing for this. I went to see Cirque du Soleil's Volta
Yes.
over at the Big Top. It was sick.
How many people contorted their bodies?
There wasn't so much like contortion as much as like crazy nuts acrobatics. They also have a lot of like BMX stuff this year, which is insane. Yeah, did you know about that?
Do they do the cage of death?
They do something way better. I won't spoil it. What did you do?
Oh, I did this.
Hey.
If you guys don't know Inkbox, they're a Toronto company. They're super, super cool. Follow them on every single platform because this is a 2-week temporary tattoo with their little freehand bottle.
That is super cool. And what is this?
It is another person you should follow. I think they're called like Tiny Cuts or something Cuts on Instagram. Basically, they had a 400-day challenge of making little like paper artworks. Stay like 300 and something.
Sick. What are we up to now, Dee?
So, since it's October, since it is scary times, we're going to talk about any possible hauntings or paranormal activity that's happened to us.
Could you sum that up into like 2 words so it could be written on the screen?
Ghoster coaster.
That is a ride at Wonderland.
It's a great one that we went on.
Yeah, check out this video here to watch us do that.
Ghostly encounters.
Ghostly encounter, I love it.
I'm pretty sure that is a TV show on
Crap.
OLN.
Cool. Can we get spooky music for that, please?
Could we just have the whole background look spooky?
Whoa.
I'm so scared. So Alex, have you ever encountered anything paranormal, any like ghostly activity in your life?
I spent my entire childhood looking for ghosts. Here's a story about a ghostly encounter. Ghostly encounter, spooky music. Whoa! Okay, so when I was a youth, I was part of a youth theater at the...
So youth, you mean 12?
Yeah, approximately 12. So at the Whitby Courthouse Theater, which is where this theater was, I spent a lot of time there. I was in a lot of productions there. I would be at this theater, and there were a few ghost stories. The story that I was told is a real story that really happened.
I think I know the one.
Yeah, I tell it all the time. It's my favorite. So,
It's the late 1800s. A man is on trial.
for murder.
Dun.
Lightning, lightning, lightning.
Thunder, thunder.
Ghostly encounters, spooky music. Whoa! Man's on trial for murder. His sister wasn't allowed into the courthouse because she had some sort of emotional issues.
Don't we all?
Yeah. She would just have these big outbursts, and it was impossible to keep things going. So she was escorted outside
Okay.
during the trial. She was on like the second level, just outside the doors. She was listening to the judge kind of go on. Judge eventually ruled not guilty, but she didn't hear the not part. She heard guilty. She just pushed past the 2 men, pushed her way through into the theater, courthouse, my bad. And up here, there's a very shallow balcony. And as such, it's really easy that if you run in like this, it's pretty easy to just go like right over and just go head first into around where seat G10 currently is to this day. Now, if you sit in that seat, it is colder than any other spot in the theater.
Spooky. Because ghosts apparently make things colder.
Yeah. That's a legend myth.
You sat there.
I did, and it is much colder, or my brain told me that it is colder.
Did you guys ever try to do a seance?
No, but I spent a lot of time just like walking around in the basement by myself and creeping myself out.
It's a weird childhood.
Yeah, and also just talking to a ghost. That's my ghostly encounter spooky music. Dee, do you have a ghostly encounter spooky music?
I do, Alex. The one that happened to me was, let's see, I kind of forget one. I was asked to cat sit these really adorable cats, and I was like, hells yeah. So I'm just there by myself hanging out, and like, you know when you just get like new house, kind of creeped out, like new environment, like at night
You're just
especially.
always scared of new houses?
No, just like when you go into a place and it's dark, you turn on lights.
Okay,
You
I
kind of
get
want to
that,
know where
yes.
stuff is.
Yeah.
So I would do that. But that night I would always be like, I don't want to turn it off. But since there were so many cats, I always kind of got this vibe that I was being watched, specifically like when I'd be watching TV, because it'd be like couch here, stairs here, and I always felt like somebody was watching me from up here. So I'd be like, it's one of the cats. One of them was kind of obese. And then when the owners came back, they were like, oh, how was it? What was it like? And I was like, oh, it was great. Sorry if you came home to like any lights on. I just got this weird vibe that like something was watching me from the stairs, and it's probably one of the cats. And they're like, oh, our house is haunted. And I was like, thanks, guys. So it is legit. Well, it was haunted by this little girl who died running up and down the stairs.
Oh, I don't like this story. Okay.
It is like the coolest story because so originally they were getting there, like they moved in, had a young daughter, and she like had this imaginary friend, which turned out to be this ghost child. And then one day they were starting to do renovations on the bottom to make it like their basement finished. And I think her daughter was down there and was like, hey guys, what's on this beam up here? And they all come down and it says like, Kathy with a date. And they're like, that's really weird that a builder would write that. So they call up the contractor and they're like, hey guys, like when you patch up the ceiling, would you mind just painting over this? And they're like, that wasn't there. They're like, oh, that's really weird. And their clocks start to change, like their times. And then when they were doing some like the biggest thing with their basement, everything just stopped. And they got a phone call from like a medium that was like, hey, you're friends with my friend. I need to come to your house. They came over, did this whole cleansing thing, but they also lived by that really big cemetery by Davisville subway station. Right here, it's that one. So
here it is.
that actually has a river underneath it. So this medium was like, since there's a river, it takes the spirits with it, and they think that since the river also is under their house, sometimes spirits will just stop there for a bit and hang out. So they thought they got rid of this little girl, Kathy. So they think that this little girl, Kathy, they like cleansed her out, that me being back there, since I was similar, or like me and their daughter are similar ages, that like it triggered this ghost to be like, my friend's back. That was mine.
How about you folks? If you got the spooks, share, like,
Thumbs
and
up.
subscribe. Thumbs up.
Do you know what this brings us to?
What does this bring us
Song
to?
of the week.
Wait. Not song of the week.
It's movie of the week.
What kind of movie?
It's horror movie of the week.
Because it's October. But yeah, we have
Alex.
even more categories than
More.
that. More. The reason I was saying more 6 million times was because we have specific categories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
This week is
best horror comedies and or just unintentionally funny horror movies.
Woo!
Woo! Now, Dee, what's your horror movie of the week?
Mine is Baghead.
Baghead.
So-
What the hell is that?
Came out in 2008 by the Duplass brothers.
Great
Have you
directing
guys-
and writing team.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people actually know their work.
Safety
So-
not guaranteed.
They don't really need a intro the slightest. But definitely watch it. I can't really say that much about it without giving it away. Besides that, a group of friends go off into the woods.
And who's one of the stars?
Greta Gerwig.
One of my favorite actresses. Anyways.
Alex, what is your horror pick of the week?
Oh my gosh, for funny, hands down, What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh.
So good, directed by Taika Waititi, who also stars in it. And it has like one of my personal heroes, just in comedy and music and life in general, which is Jermaine Clement, who's one of the funniest people ever. Rhys Darby is also in this. He plays the alpha to a pack of werewolves.
Mary!
It's like a mockumentary that centers around a group of vampires that are flatting in New Zealand.
Well, I think that brings us to the full circle of the show, and I think we're done.
Are we done?
Are we done?
But we had so much fun today.
Well, I guess there's never. So,
Well, that's it. That's the end of the show.
we will see you next week. What's our category for next week movies?
Let's go with classic.
Classic?
Classic horror movie. Our favorite classic horror movie.
Ones that play on AMC all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Classic is hard to like judge, you know? I feel like it's like very arbitrary what we pick between like what is considered classic and what's considered like contemporary. Because like there are people who are talking about like, oh, the Babadook is